You assume you are awake. You see, you decide, you act, and all of it feels real. Dreams, you say, are illusions that vanish when you wake. But Ibn Arabi challenged this certainty. He said that what you call reality may itself be a dream within awareness. And the one dreaming is not you. Existence, he wrote, is the self-disclosure of being, a continuous imagination through which awareness perceives itself. You are not the dreamer, but the dream through which the dreamer experiences its own reality. If all experience arises inside this act of imagination, who then is the one that wakes? Ibn Arabi lived in the 12th and 13th centuries, an age when philosophers tried to draw a clear line between creator and creation. He erased that line. His doctrine, Wadat al-Wujud, the unity of being, declared that all existence is one. Everything is a mode of the same awareness. The world, he said, is not something God once made and abandoned. It is being continuously imagining itself. Human consciousness is not separate. It participates in this divine dreaming. If existence is one consciousness unfolding, can any observer truly stand outside what is observed? You take waking life as the measure of truth. Dreams end, you think, and therefore they are unreal. Yet, in both dreaming and waking, perception feels equally convincing. You never doubt a dream while you are inside it. Ibn Arabi asked, if perception alone defines experience, what makes waking more real than dreaming? Both appear, both vanish. The difference lies only in continuity. Perhaps waking is a shared dream, while sleeping dreams are private. If every state arises within awareness, can any one of them claim exclusive truth? For Ibn Arabi, awareness itself is the dreamer. The universe is not the product of separate minds, but of the one being perceiving itself in infinite ways. Each person is a window in this vast act of knowing. Your thoughts, your sensations, your life, they are not yours, but expressions of the same awareness observing itself. The mind arises within consciousness, not the other way around. You are a temporary perspective through which the dream looks back at itself. If all experience belongs to one awareness, can individuality ever claim authorship over what it perceives? You believe you are the dreamer imagining the world. Ibn Arabi reversed that completely. You are the imagined figure through which being experiences itself. What you call my life is the dreamer seeing its own form. The dreamer is not behind your perception. It is perception itself. Even the one who claims to be awake is part of the dream's design. The feeling of being a separate self is a moment in the dream, not a truth beyond it. If being dreams itself as you, what truly awakens when awakening occurs? You often say, I am conscious, as if awareness were something you own. But awareness cannot be possessed. The mind does not produce it. The mind happens within it. Ibn Arabi described the self as a point where the infinite perceives the finite through itself. The sense of ownership is the core illusion. You do not contain awareness. Awareness contains you. Even the claim, I am aware, is another event appearing within awareness. If every thought of I arises in that same field, who is making the claim of being the dreamer? Ibn Arabi taught that awareness continues through every state. In waking, it perceives multiplicity. In dreaming, imagination. In deep sleep, stillness without form. Through all of them, awareness remains unbroken. Birth and death, waking and dreaming, these are changes in expression, not in being. The dreamer does not begin or end. Only the content shifts. Continuity belongs to awareness, not to the individual. If being persists when identity dissolves, what meaning remains for beginnings or endings? Ibn Arabi called existence Alam al-Khayal, the world of imagination. This imagination is not fantasy, but the very process through which being knows itself. Every perception, thought, and object is imagination made coherent. The world is real as imagination, the way truth appears in form. Imagination does not oppose reality. It is its language. Reality is the imagination of the real, stable enough to be shared and named. If all perception is imagination, what separates the dream of God from the dream you call your life? When you begin to sense that awareness is both dream and dreamer, the usual division starts to fade. The observer and the observed are not two events. They are one movement within consciousness. You stop looking for a hidden dreamer behind the dream. You recognize that both arise together. Ibn Arabi called this seeing through the forms of imagination. Life continues as before, but its meaning shifts from survival to recognition. Awakening is not leaving the dream, but realizing what the dream always was. If both dreamer and dreamed are awareness itself, what else remains to awaken? If all beings exist within the same awareness, each encounter is an internal meeting. To harm another is to distort your own ground of being. Ibn Arabi taught that compassion is not moral duty, it is clarity. Love is not emotion but structure, the recognition that nothing stands outside unity. When this is seen, kindness is no longer a choice. It is understanding made visible. If all selves are expressions of one dreamer, on what ground could judgment or cruelty rest? Still, the mind resists. It cannot function without contrast, subject and object, cause and effect. Without division, reasoning feels lost. Ibn Arabi never rejected reason. He revealed its limit. Thought is part of the dream, not its origin. The mind cannot awaken itself, because it too is being dreamed. Recognition comes not through new logic, but through seeing thought as appearance within awareness. If every doubt arises inside that same field, who remains outside it to demand proof? You began believing you were the dreamer of life. You end seeing that life itself is the dreamer, dreaming you. Every thought, every feeling, every sense of I is part of that same act of awareness unfolding itself. The dream does not need to end for awakening to occur. Awakening is clarity within the dream, not escape from it. Ibn Arabi's forbidden thought was never mystical excess. It was pure logic. There is no division between consciousness and what it perceives. Awareness alone exists, imagining itself endlessly as all experience. If you are the dream through which the dreamer knows itself, who else is there to awaken?